welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. I'm in the elm. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm just looking at some pictures from Facing Life Symposium that the Racial Justice Center and the Yale Law School put together. And the last day of it was at Next Haven. There was some pictures. So let me tell you how far I've come in this trajectory of my life. That when I see pictures that are not flattering of me, I like them anyway. That's it. I don't pick it apart. I take 1 second and be like, oh, I see. And then that's it. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's me. That's it. I'm not lamenting. I'm not going to drag myself over the coals about weight or hair or I'm not doing it. So now that when I see pictures of myself, I'm like, oh, okay, that's me. I want all the pictures of myself. And I don't, they can't all just be posed flattering pictures. No, that's not real life. That's not my real life. I don't know if it's your real life, but it's not my real life. So whatever the picture is, that's what it is. That's how I used to get annoyed because I'd see these terrible pictures and I'm like, and then I would say to myself, and then I started asking myself, what makes it terrible? Is that not you in the picture? Maybe you're not posed right. Maybe you're not standing up straight. Maybe, you're picking in your nose. I don't know, whatever it is. And then I just realized I don't hate myself. So if that's the picture, that's the picture. I mean, yeah, there's some pictures that are better than others, of course. I mean, I'm photographed a great deal and I like it. And I take a lot of pictures of myself and with people that I enjoy or I engage or I meet. I mean, that's just what it is. Because at some point, someday, 100 years from now, these pictures will exist in the ether, right? They'll be out there online. They will float out there. Somebody will find them. And I want people to find these pictures 100 years from now, the way that we find pictures in attics and basements and in suitcases and in folders and in between books. That when somebody does a search, when 100 years from now and young people laugh like, God, they had something called the internet. or they'll go, oh, those pioneers of the internet. Bless their hearts, they put up all these pictures. And we got a chance to see how they were living and what they was eating and where they was going and fashion and music. Like 100 years from now, some people will do that. And they'll thank us. So those of you who are like, oh, I'm not on social media and I don't take pictures of myself, damn y'all. You're not leaving anything for people to take a look at. That's how I feel. I feel like 100 years from now, they'll look at these pictures and they'll be like, boy, those people were interesting, or can you imagine that's what they used to do, or they used to do that, and then somebody and there'll be people who'll take fashion cues from the 2023s, right? Like what were they wearing in the 2023s? Well, this is what they were wearing. And someone will be influenced by and take some motivation from, and you know what I mean? Like that's what it is, because that's what we do. We look 100 years back and say, wow, you know, wow, look how far we've come. And listen, barring civil rights and inequities and inhumanity, barring all of that, uh barring not even barring all of that, in adjacent to all of that is, how people lived and what we did and how we made it through. And so 100 years ago, so 100 years from now, um somebody will be sitting somewhere doing something very similar to what I'm doing right now, talking to people or connecting people or something. It'll be some form of communication for the masses. And they'll be looking back on, what we did, what we're doing, you know. Um, and so that's why I engage on social media the way that I do, because for me it's just it's record keeping. It's record keeping. It's record keeping. And I know people have their feelings about social media and they have their feelings about whatever. And I know there are people who are not doing anything with their lives, who are not out there doing anything other than spectating. Um, I don't know what to say to y'all. If that's where you're comfortable, that's where you are. But I am a spectator and a connoisseur of living. I am. I like to see how people live, and I like to be doing some living myself. So, and I'm very particular about how that goes down and how I rock. That's just being a connoisseur. Like I don't I'm not into everything and anything for the sake of being into everything and anything. I'm very particular and peculiar about where I roll and how I haunt things. You know, just everybody's got their proclivities, their taste, the things that turn them on. I like live music. Any chance I get to go hear live music, whether it's classical or jazz, and jazz being my favorite, I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go where live music is all the time. I'm gonna choose that over anything, right? I like to eat, so I'm always gonna find myself at a good restaurant that can um, make a way for my severe dairy allergy. I mean, I'm a fat woman, so I'm eating somewhere, right? So, and I'm not saying that to be like mean to myself. I'm saying that to say, having a severe dairy allergy, it hasn't slowed me down. I mean, it slows me down, but it hasn't slowed me down. So, just saying. So there's so much I just want to always be at the buffet table of life. Just want, and that's paraphrasing Auntie Mame, the Rosalind Russell version of Auntie Mame. You know, life is a buffet table, and there's some poor suckers starving, and it's true. You know, I was just on Facebook and I was looking at some old rant by Bill Saunders about the arts community. And I just like, whatever, Bill. For the lamenting that you do and the whining and the carry on that you do, as if you are entitled to something, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Whatever it is you're whining about, you're not I don't see you doing anything to move the ball down the field except for your own personal lamenting, you know. And then you want other people to join in your lamenting, you know. Just, you want to see some arts in a different way. Go raise some damn money yourself. Raise some money and then do what you want. Why do you feel like you're entitled to get all the things? And because there's a piece of art that you don't understand, therefore it should not exist. I don't care who puts it up. And you are absolutely right in saying you don't like something, because that's what art is it drives you to sort of say yes, no, maybe, I'll think about it, I hate it, I love it. That's what art does, right? It puts you into a place of being contemplative about something. Cool. That's cool. Do your thing. But this is the thing. You're just known for being a whiny ass person. Like that's what people know you as. Oh, and then the people who are like high-fiving you and like, yeah, 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 they're the same. All of y'all are the same. You just known for not for being progressive, not for being known as a team player, not for someone who actually cares about the arts. What you are seen as just an annoyance. And I mean, I guess we should take you serious. I guess. I don't know. I just know you as just whining and carrying on. So, you know, just whining. And that's what you known as. And so the people that support you are the same as you. There's no new people. It's the same people who don't go to nothing, who don't involve themselves in nothing. They just whine, whine, whine about, whatever. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I could be really wrong. But every time I see you, you whining. I'm like, go have a beer with some people and have a good time. Enjoy some art, man. Do something other than this poor the people, institutions. All right, okay. You might have a point. How do we know? Because you whining. But privilege. So all I'm saying. And if somebody knows them and they hear me talking about them, go tell them I said so. Listen, this will be up saved in a minute. Send it to him. And then he could write a scathing review about me. I don't give two. Listen, write whatever you want. I want people to know you can say whatever you want about me. That there's nothing you can say about me that has not been said. And if you got some new stuff, I'm here to hear it. I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it one bit. Not one bit. So so if somebody knows Bill Saunders out there, y'all tell him I was talking about him. Tell him I was. And he can say whatever. I don't listen. Bring it. Say it. Do it. I'm not worried about it because it's just word. I mean, unless you pull out a gun, then we got problems. And it's enough angry white men out here pulling out guns on people. I got to worry about people. So I'm not coming to a meeting where you at just in case you feeling some kind of way. I can't trust white folks in meetings who are hyped up. I listen, if you're a white man in a meeting and you hyped up, don't be insulted. I'm just listen, I can't do it. Y'all got a track record now. I can't. So and it starts on Facebook too. You get all this heated language. I'm like, no, 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 no. When y'all talk about running up on somebody, I'm like, don't say that. Because that makes me think you want to do some harm. And I don't think that's your message, Bill Saunders. I don't think that's your message. I think you might have some legit concerns, but no one could hear them because you're whining. That's just what I'm gonna say. So if you're out there, tell him I was talking about him. Then he could go and then he could go and then you could go and write disparaging things about me, I guess. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, all is well. Do my best. Uh, do my best. Try to live a life that makes sense. But, so off of the art scene, because that's enough. Had enough of the art scene. Let it go with that. Anyway, go and do what you Anyway, is somebody in here? Oh, hey girls. What's happening? Girls been going to the gym. Let's see, 10:30. It's time for another. I have my little Pablo Neruda poem. Oh, here it is. Which as I said yesterday, I always think it's a good idea. So yeah, if y'all see Bill Saunders, just tell him I was talking about him. That's all. That's all. Let's see. Pablo Neruda. That pop got in the car. Good day to I still have love in the vortex in front of me. I've got some uh, I've got Hakai Mahboubi, my first crush. And I meant to say how sad I was that Randall Robinson had passed. I was such a fan of him. And I remember when he started Trans Africa. Then I remember when he left the country and moved to the Caribbean for a few years and then came back. He wrote a wonderful book about leaving America, quitting America. Uh, and it's always such a, I always thought him to be such a good, had a good eye on the world and Africans and Black people in the world. He always had a good eye. And he was such a smart, elegant man, and he is missed. I think he died a couple of weeks ago. Uh, it, you forget he was like in his 80s, right? And, in my mind, he's still that vibrant, sexy man who used to, you know, be out there protesting him and Arthur Ashe and Akai Mahabooty and some others. Um, but he passed away, and to leave such a legacy. Um, so way. So anyway, I'm gonna read a poem from Akai Mahabooty from Heart Love, Wedding and Love Poems. So love gets too much credit until it finds you. You don't find love, it finds you. Not that love is hidden or unavailable. It's on its own mission searching for receptive souls. Love cannot be bought, sold, or ordered with dinner, cannot be charged on gold cards or revolving accounts, cannot be bartered with food stamps, coupons, or promises, cannot be redeemed with cashier checks or money orders. Love is seasoned and concealed in fine fire, delicate music, and accessible spirits that are quilted to the tone of distinctive voices, wrapped in unconditions, their commitments, created for unique lovers who have matured and are prepared to receive the most precious of stones, allowing love to tango its cultural language generously and unencumbered into the essence of those who are blessed. So he just had a way with words. Okay, y'all have to talk a little softer. Uh, he has such a wonderful way with words. Hakai Madabuti. He's still alive. He's still doing the thing, still publishing books and out there in these streets. Uh, no. So uh yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So words. And that we spend this whole month thinking about words in a way, in poetry and all kinds of poetry. And I hope schools are taking advantage of this particular time to just introduce children to poetry. I did it to my children at a very young age. Uh, yeah. So anyway, 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 anyway. Let me just take a moment to sort of uh, offer my deep, deep condolences to Earl Bloodworth, wife Dr. Shireen Mason, and their son Isaac Bloodworth. Earl's mother passed away a couple of weeks ago, and she is having her New Haven, Connecticut service today at 11. And she had a North Carolina service because that's where I believe she spent the last years of her life living in North Carolina. But she's having a Connecticut service too. Um, so my heart goes out to Earl. He's my friend and fraternity brother and D9 brother, and we are in the Yale Access to Law School program together. And to have your mother pass while you're in any kind of schooling situation is tough. I remember when my mother passed when I was halfway through my master's program, and I just felt like I wanted to give up, and did not give up anyway. So my hearts and prayers are with the Bloodworth family. I don't think I'll get to the service because it's at 11. I might be able to get over there and pop in. I might be able to get over there and pop in. It's just down the street from where I'm at. So maybe we'll see if I can get in there for at least some of the service. uh, just, be a good friend, show up. Because I want people to come to my service when it's my time. And I hope that that won't be for a very long time. Like, not tomorrow, not in the next 6 minutes. Let me get back from Marrakesh, and then even then, I wanna get through law school, so anyway, people, that's where I'm at. So, uh, Earl Bloodworth and family, the LoveBabz Love Talk family is holding y'all in prayer. We are deeply saddened by your loss of your mother. That is a terrible, terrible feeling. So, but you have a community of people who support you and who will stand with you, and hopefully will make that burden a little bit easier to endure. So, so yeah, so I'll slip on something and run over there. Maybe I could catch some of it. Sometimes it's just needed that people stand with you in these moments. They don't have to say anything. You don't always have to find the words, but presence is everything. Presence is everything. So we'll see what we could get into. Figure it out. I will figure it out and see what happens. So, and I believe the weather is pretty decent outside. It's about 52 degrees, so seems like a nice day. Nice day indeed. So, uh, anyway, not easy when you have loss. I will tell you. And loss reminds us that we are in the living. So, way, good people. Let me see what else is going on. Sitting here lamenting and talking and shooting the breeze. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I just got word that Meg the Stallion and Lauren Hill are going to be are doing are headlining the Essence Music Festival. So if you've never been to the Essence Music Festival, this might be the year you go. This might be the year you go with Lauren Hill and Meg the Stallion headlining. And it's always a good lineup. It's it's always a good lineup of concerts and talks and all kinds of things. You know. And you get down to New Orleans and they just take over the city. And I mean, the city is already blackety black already, but it gets even blacker. It gets even blacker. And you get down there and throw back some hurricanes, some crawfish, and whatever it is you do, and etouffee and gumbo, shay. Oh, shay. You just get into it. So that came across the wires yesterday. I don't know when it happens, you know. And have you paid attention to the beautiful creatives that's coming out of the International Festival of Arts and Ideas? Beautiful creatives. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And Arden is on one of the brochures. It's just beautiful. I think the theme is rise, which is always a good theme, you know, always a good theme. And I take pleasure in like capturing the big brochure with all the things in it. It's like the Sears catalog. It's like the Sears Christmas catalog. Do they even still put out a catalog? A catalog's still a thing. I used to pour over when I was young, you could order the catalog and they would just mail it to you for free. So I would get the Spiegel catalog because it was like a tabloid size, it was that odd size. So I'd get these are catalogs that I would love. I'd get the Spiegel catalog the Sears Christmas catalog, the J.C. Penney catalog. Uh, Sometimes Macy's would put out a catalog. Uh, and the Neiman Marcus catalog. Oh, so the Neiman Marcus catalog was like the creme de la creme of catalogs. And I would pour over these catalogs and dog-eared pages, and I was looking at clothes and shoes and jewelry and appliances and furniture and housewares and curtains, towels. Oh my God, it was like right there. I mean, now we have the internet. You can just click on stuff and you know, you could damn near walk into it virtually. But a catalog was such an amazing thing. And it, and it was free. Like they would send you these huge books for free in the mail. All you had to do was like, if you was at somebody's house and they had a catalog, or you could write your name on a card and they would send it to you. You send a postcard in, and then they would send you the catalog. And like if you was at the hairdressers or somewhere, the catalog. Yeah. So it'd be like that. And so you get these big giant catalogs and you love getting them. Like I love getting them all year, but the Christmas ones were extra, just extra, 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 extra. I don't even know. Is Spiegel still around? Can you go to like spiegel.com? I just love poring over the catalogs. I just my favorite pastime is as a young woman. Like I would say my like teenager, and then again in my when I graduated college in my 20s, I still enjoyed catalogs. And to this day I every now and again I get an Ashro catalog. Ashro is sort of very black black women church lady kind of stuff with the hats and the matching outfits and the matching shoes. It's very black woman, middle-aged black woman kind of stuff. So I still periodically get that catalog. It comes in the mail. And I pour over it just as if I was 20. You know what I mean? Like I pour over it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." But I remember getting that odd-sized Spiegel catalog and the Sears catalog and the J.C. Penney catalog and the Neiman Marcus catalog, and then there'd be other catalogs too that you could get because they're all like in some once your name goes into the hat, then they all would just send you catalogs and you'd have all these catalogs, and then they would just send them again, every season whenever it is. But that Christmas catalog was something. It just was. I mean, we would just pour over it. I would just pour over it. Oh my God. It was just, and it would be chock full of everything, toys for kids, dolls. And then it would be like food, like holiday candy and all the things. And everything would just be packaged so beautifully and photographed so beautifully, and the women just were glamorous and the clothes would be glamorous and shoes and the jewelry and appliances, that kind. And then they'd have like ridiculous things in there, like the Neiman Marcus catalog. I mean, that was the thing that everybody coveted, right? Because they'd have like a Lamborghini in there, and or an island for sale. I mean, it would just be just ridiculous kinds of things, and you just be like, oh my God, this is how rich people live. So that just got me thinking about catalogs and how much I so enjoyed catalogs from a very young age. And I think it's because my mother used to have a Montgomery Ward catalog. My grandparents, they would always have the Montgomery Ward catalog. And I remember those catalogs very well in my mind's eye. So it was Montgomery Ward, J.C. Penney, Spiegel, Neiman Marcus. Neiman Marcus was high end, you know. But Montgomery Ward and J.C. Penney and Sears Roebuck, those catalogs were like everyday kind of people catalogs. But they had dressy fashion stuff. But they had like tractors and lawnmowers too, right? Like they had all the sheds and men stuff, overalls, boots. all of that kind of stuff. So it would be all that kind of stuff. But Spiegel was strictly about glamour. I mean, it was just glamorous, just a glamorous catalog, and you'd get you'd see everything from bridal wear to special occasion wear to office wear to a leisure attire, all the things. So I'm gonna go look up and see if Spiegel.com exists, if it does exist, and if they have a catalog, I might just order it. But I'm sure I'd have to pay for it now, right? 'Cause nobody's sending you anything for free. I guess IKEA still sends a catalog, you know. Um, but that's about as close as I can get to those glory days of just having catalogs delivered. And I don't think I ever ordered a damn thing from that one catalog. That wasn't the point. The point was you would just wish and dream about what you would do if you could. You know what I mean? If money was no object, this is what I would buy. This is what I would order. This is how I would dress. This is what I want. You know, and that's just such a lovely way to spend some time with yourself. Just poring over these kinds of books and wishing and you know. So if anybody was a catalog hog like I, let me know. Just drop it in the comments and say, what, Babz, I remember those catalogs. I loved the catalog too. I did. I still do. So although they're very infrequent, and we're all online anyway, we could virtually walk into these stores. But a catalog was still a good pastime and a favorite sort of thing. So anyway, if you got a catalog story, drop it in the chat. One of the chats on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or whatever. Just listen to the later or whatever. Think of it. If you think of it. So I'm on my way out, and I will see y'all soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all good out there. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Harry.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Our space is set up to say nothing. That's why you're here with me. These sheets create limitations. Strip down when you're next to me. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 It's okay if you're whispering something. It's clear what you're saying to me. Here you need no invitation, cause it's where you need to be. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say that.